My beloved child. Listen closely, because what I am about to tell you is not a story meant to comfort you, but a truth meant to wake you. There are moments when heaven watches silently, allowing people to make choices, hide intentions, and wear masks for years. And then there are moments when heaven intervenes, not with thunder or fire, but with revelation so sharp that it cuts through generations of lies. Today is one of those moments. You clicked this because something inside you felt unsettled, because the title whispered a question your heart was already asking. The truth about your sister-in-law is not small, and it is not accidental. It is the kind of truth that reshapes families, rewrites memories, and forces you to re-examine every smile, every silence, every moment you once dismissed. From this second onward, understand this clearly. Nothing you hear next is random. Every word is placed, every pause is deliberate, and every revelation is connected. Stay with me, because heaven did not allow this truth to surface halfway. It demanded to be revealed fully. Before the truth surfaced, there was a pattern, subtle but persistent, that most people ignored. Your sister-in-law always seemed present at the right moments, always informed before others, always prepared when no one else was. At first, it looked like care. Then it looked like coincidence. And eventually, it looked like loyalty. But heaven sees beyond appearances. It sees the intentions behind actions, the motives behind kindness, and the silence behind words not spoken. There were conversations that ended too quickly when she entered the room. There were decisions that mysteriously shifted after she spoke privately. There were emotional storms in the family that always seemed to benefit one direction only. You may have felt it as discomfort you could not explain, a hesitation you brushed aside, or a thought you buried because it felt wrong to doubt someone so close. But heaven does not ignore patterns. Heaven counts them. And when the count is complete, the truth begins to press against reality, demanding space to breathe. Now understand this carefully. The revelation is not about betrayal in the way movies dramatize it. It is deeper, quieter, and far more dangerous to the soul. The truth is about influence. Your sister-in-law was not merely reacting to events. She was shaping them. Not through force, but through narrative. She learned early that the most powerful control is not over actions, but over perception. She knew which fears to touch, which insecurities to awaken, and which emotions to amplify. She positioned herself as the bridge between people, while slowly deciding what information crossed that bridge. Heaven watched as misunderstandings grew roots. Heaven watched as trust shifted directions. Heaven watched as bonds weakened without anyone knowing why. And heaven waited, because timing matters. A revelation too early would be dismissed. A revelation too late would destroy everything. So heaven chose now. Here is where your heartbeat should slow, not race, because this is the part most people cannot handle. The truth being revealed is not meant to turn you against her, but to turn you toward clarity. Your sister-in-law did not wake up one day and choose deception. She adapted to survive in ways she never healed from. She learned control because she once felt powerless. She learned strategy because chaos shaped her early world. But heaven does not excuse damage simply because it has a history. Influence without accountability becomes manipulation. Care without truth becomes control. And love without honesty becomes performance. The shocking part is not that this happened. The shocking part is how long it was allowed to continue, because everyone confused peace with silence. Heaven could not ignore it anymore, because the cost was no longer individual. It had become generational. So stay here, do not move, because what comes next will challenge how you see yourself as well. This revelation is not only about her. It is about the role you unknowingly played by ignoring discomfort, by choosing harmony over honesty, by trusting familiarity over discernment. Heaven reveals truth not to shame, but to realign. The moment you see clearly, the moment you stop excusing patterns and start recognizing them, the entire dynamic changes. In the next part, the truth will go deeper, not wider. It will expose the moment heaven decided silence was no longer protection. And once that moment is revealed, there is no returning to how things were. My beloved child, you would never have imagined that the world around you could hide so many secrets. Tonight, everything you believed about family, loyalty, and trust will be turned upside down. There is a story unfolding right under your nose, and what you are about to hear will make your heart race. Your sister-in-law, the one you thought you knew, has lived a life full of hidden truths. And the most shocking part? Heaven itself seems to have whispered the secrets, unable to stay silent any longer. Look closely, my dear. Every smile she gave, every word she spoke, had layers of meaning no one noticed. Her eyes, when she thought no one was looking, held a story that could break even the strongest hearts. You might think this is just curiosity, but it is more than that. It is revelation. And revelation changes everything. You will soon see why the ordinary facade everyone adored was merely a mask, hiding a truth so intense that it can't be ignored. Listen carefully, because what I reveal now will stay with you forever. A single night, a single choice, and a single moment of honesty changed the course of her life. The events that followed were so unexpected, so unimaginable, that no one could predict them. She walked paths no one knew existed. Decisions that seemed small rippled into waves that touched the lives of everyone around her. And you will understand why people often say, the truth is heavier than lies. But the most unbelievable part is not her secrets alone. It is the way fate, destiny, and sheer coincidence conspired to reveal them. You might think the universe is silent, indifferent. But sometimes, my beloved child, it speaks in whispers that are loud enough to shatter reality. The signs were all there, hidden in the ordinary, yet extraordinary if you knew where to look. And now, the moment of revelation is at your doorstep. What she has kept locked inside for years is about to surface in ways no one saw coming. Hold your breath, because the climax is not gentle. It is raw, it is intense, and it is transformative. You will witness emotions so deep that even the strongest hearts quiver. You will feel fear, astonishment, compassion, and awe, all within seconds. Every secret, every unspoken word, and every hidden intention will collide in a crescendo that will redefine what you thought you knew about love, trust, and family. And when it all unfolds, you will realize that some truths are so powerful, so unstoppable, that even heaven could not ignore them. My beloved child, the moment you have been waiting for has arrived. What you are about to discover will make every glance you ever shared with her feel completely different. The world you thought you understood is about to fracture, and the cracks will reveal a truth so astonishing that your heartbeat will not settle for minutes. She moved through life like a shadow, silent, careful, yet carrying a storm within. And tonight, that storm is ready to be unveiled. Imagine a single day, ordinary in every sense, yet hiding a secret that could rewrite the fate of everyone involved. She walked into the house, smiling, laughter echoing in the halls, while inside, she carried the weight of a secret so heavy that it could have crushed her. The air around her trembled with unspoken words, and even the smallest gestures betrayed the depth of what she had concealed. And when the right moment came, it was as if the universe itself decided to pull the veil away. Do you feel the tension rising? You should, because every detail matters. Every small glance, every casual conversation, was part of a web spun with precision. And here's the revelation that no one expected: her actions were not random. They were deliberate. Every step, every decision, was part of a story no one knew they were a part of. And you, my beloved child, are about to become a witness to a moment so rare, so intense, that it will make you question everything you thought was ordinary about your family. Now picture this. A quiet evening, the setting sun casting long shadows across the room. She sits, seemingly calm, yet her mind races with memories, secrets, and plans. And then, the turning point, an event so small yet so monumental it changes the course of everything. What seemed like coincidence was anything but. It was fate, meticulously orchestrating the unveiling of truths that had been hidden for far too long. And when those truths finally surfaced, they did not come gently. They struck like lightning, illuminating every hidden corner of the story, every unspoken emotion, every concealed motive. And here comes the most extraordinary part, the aftermath. What happens when the world finally sees the reality she lived with every day? What happens when silence is shattered, and hearts are forced to confront what they have ignored for years? The revelation is not just a shock, it is a transformation. Everyone involved is changed, irrevocably. And you, my beloved child, are standing at the edge of this revelation, about to witness a truth so vivid, so powerful, that it feels as though even heaven itself had to step back and watch. My beloved child, now comes the moment where silence can no longer hide what has always been there. The air thickens, and every heartbeat feels louder as the truth creeps closer. You may have thought you knew her, but what is about to be revealed will change that forever. There is a strength in secrecy, but some truths are too powerful to stay buried. Tonight, you will see why even the heavens seemed unable to remain indifferent. Every family gathering, every shared laugh, every small act of kindness, it was all a layer of the mask she wore so flawlessly. But underneath, there was a world of emotions, struggles, and decisions that no one could have imagined. She made choices that balanced between courage and fear, hope and despair. And the most shocking part? Some of these choices were so daring, so unexpected, that they could have toppled the very foundation of the family she loved. Think about this: a moment, a glance, a whisper that nobody noticed. That single second held the key to secrets that would shatter assumptions, rewrite stories, and make hearts ache with a mixture of awe and disbelief. You might ask yourself how someone could carry such weight without letting it show. But now, the veil is lifting, and every hidden corner of her life is stepping into the light. And when that happens, everything you believed about trust and loyalty will feel fragile, like glass in your hands. And here comes the twist you never saw coming. What seemed like ordinary actions were actually signals, clues left for those who knew how to look. She had planned, protected, and survived in ways that would stun even the most observant minds. Every secret she held was a story in itself, a story that demanded patience, courage, and an unwavering will to continue despite the odds. The revelations that are about to unfold will not just surprise you, they will captivate, mesmerize, and leave you breathless. Finally, my beloved child, the crescendo is near. The moment when hidden truths collide with reality is upon us. Hearts will tremble. Minds will struggle to comprehend the depth of what has been concealed. And as the story reaches its peak, you will understand why some truths cannot remain silent. Some revelations are so intense, so extraordinary, that they demand to be seen, felt, and acknowledged. Tonight, you are about to witness the unveiling that will leave an indelible mark on your soul. My beloved child, the moment you have been waiting for is no longer far away. What seems like ordinary life is now about to reveal a storm that has been silently brewing for years. Every smile, every gentle word she spoke was only a fragment of a story far more complex than anyone could imagine. And tonight, that story will explode into the open, leaving no corner untouched. Picture this, a quiet evening, shadows dancing across familiar walls, and the subtle tension of unspoken truths hanging in the air. She walked with grace, yet every step carried the weight of secrets so profound that even the bravest hearts might falter. The world believed she was ordinary, predictable, and gentle. But beneath that calm exterior lay choices that could shock, astound, and redefine everything you thought you knew about her. Now, listen closely, for the revelation is precise and deliberate. Every gesture, every glance, every unremarkable moment was a piece of an intricate puzzle. And when the pieces finally align, the picture that emerges is one of astonishing courage, silent struggle, and a resilience that few could ever comprehend. Her life was a balance of appearances and reality, and tonight, the balance is about to tip in a way that will leave you breathless. Consider this, a single conversation, seemingly innocent, becomes the key that unlocks a vault of hidden truths. Words spoken in passing, a hint of hesitation, a lingering look. They were all messages the world never understood. And now, the universe has conspired to reveal them, piece by piece, until the full picture of her life is undeniable, raw, and unforgettable. The truth is not gentle, my beloved child, it demands to be felt, to be experienced, and to change everything it touches. Finally, the most extraordinary moment approaches, the instant when everything hidden, everything carefully guarded, comes to light. Hearts will tremble, minds will race, and the ordinary will transform into the extraordinary. You will see courage where you expected fear, resilience where you expected weakness, and secrets so astonishing that even heaven itself could not ignore them. Tonight, the veil falls, and the world sees her as she truly is. My beloved child, the truth is finally at your doorstep. What you are about to witness is the unraveling of years of hidden choices, concealed emotions, and silent courage. Every step she took, every word she whispered, has led to this moment. And tonight, nothing can remain hidden. The world you thought you knew is about to change forever. Think about the quiet moments you shared, the laughter, the casual conversations, the small gestures of kindness. They were all pieces of a hidden narrative. Behind every smile was a decision that shaped destinies, behind every glance was a secret yearning to be revealed. And now, the carefully constructed mask falls away. What you will see is not what you expected. It is stronger, deeper, and far more intense than you could have ever imagined. Now, focus on this. A single choice, made in silence, had ripples that spread far beyond what anyone could see. It created consequences, challenges, and revelations that touched the lives of everyone around her. And yet, she carried it with poise, moving gracefully through moments that could have broken even the strongest spirits. The courage hidden in her heart is the kind of courage that inspires awe, reverence, and a deep, almost unexplainable emotional pull. Prepare yourself, because what comes next will grip you completely. Secrets will collide with reality. Emotions will surface like a tidal wave, washing away all illusions. Every hidden truth, every unspoken word, every carefully guarded decision will converge into a revelation so intense that it demands your full attention. And in that moment, you will feel it. Shock, awe, compassion, and an understanding that life is far more complex than it ever appeared. Finally, my beloved child, the climax is here. The unveiling is complete. Hearts tremble, minds are awestruck, and the ordinary becomes extraordinary. She is revealed not as the world assumed, but as a woman of immense strength, courage, and hidden depth. A life once concealed now stands fully illuminated. And as the last piece of the story settles, one thing becomes undeniable. Some truths are too powerful, too profound, and too extraordinary to ever be ignored, even by heaven itself. My beloved child, the story now reaches the edge of the unimaginable. What has been hidden for years is about to step into the light, and the intensity will leave you breathless. Every heartbeat, every pause, every shadow now matters. What you believed was simple, ordinary, or predictable is about to shatter into fragments of a reality so raw and compelling that it cannot be ignored. Think about the quiet strength she carried. No one saw the battles fought behind closed doors, the silent tears shed in solitude, or the courage required to protect not only herself but everyone around her. She mastered the art of concealment, but the universe, in its own mysterious way, decided that such resilience could not remain unseen. And now, every secret, every carefully hidden truth is inching closer to revelation. Listen carefully, because the next moments will grip your soul. Every choice she made, every subtle action, was part of a web that connected people, emotions, and destinies in ways invisible to the ordinary eye. And now, that web is being exposed thread by thread. The tension is not just in the story, it is in you, my beloved child, because you are about to feel the impact of a truth so intense that it changes the very perception of love, loyalty, and trust. Now imagine this: the smallest gesture, a whispered word, an overlooked glance, all converge to ignite a chain of events so shocking that reality itself seems to pause. What appeared ordinary, mundane, or safe is revealed to be extraordinary, transformative, and breathtaking. Her life, once a quiet story, now unfolds as a tale of resilience, courage, and the kind of brilliance that the world rarely witnesses. Finally, the crescendo of revelation is at hand. Every secret, every hidden motive, every silent struggle, merges into a truth so powerful that it demands acknowledgement. Hearts will race, minds will struggle to comprehend, and the ordinary will transform into the extraordinary. You will realize that some lives carry secrets so profound, so astonishing, and so beautifully complex that even heaven could not ignore their brilliance. And tonight, my beloved child, you witness it all. My beloved child, the tension has reached its peak. The air itself seems heavier as the story pushes forward, revealing layers of truth that no one expected. You have seen glimpses before, but now, the heart of her life, the choices, the sacrifices, the silent battles, will finally confront the light. And what is revealed will be nothing short of extraordinary. Picture her in a room filled with shadows, a place that mirrors the secrets she has carried. Every movement, every breath, every subtle flicker of emotion is loaded with meaning. She was never ordinary, never predictable, never confined by what the world assumed. Each step she took was calculated, yet profoundly human, a balance between courage and fear, hope and despair. And now, that delicate balance is about to tip, revealing the depth of her hidden world. Listen carefully, for what happens next will hold your attention in a grip so strong that even the slightest distraction will seem impossible. Every glance, every word, every unspoken intention comes together to form a revelation that changes the way you perceive her, the family, and the entire story. The ordinary life you witnessed was merely the surface. Beneath it lay a labyrinth of decisions, challenges, and moments that demanded strength few could imagine. Now, imagine the unfolding like a wave that cannot be stopped. Secrets collide with reality. Emotions erupt like fireworks, illuminating truths that were long denied. Every carefully guarded choice, every concealed feeling, every act of bravery is exposed in a crescendo of clarity. And in this moment, you, my beloved child, will feel the extraordinary weight of life itself, the complexity, the beauty, and the astonishing resilience of a woman who carried it all. Finally, the truth stands revealed. Not just as a story, but as a force that touches everyone who witnesses it. The ordinary masks fall away. What was hidden is now undeniable. Hearts tremble, minds are captivated, and the reality of courage, loyalty, and love shines brighter than ever. Some revelations are so powerful, so rare, and so profoundly moving that they demand to be remembered forever. And tonight, my beloved child, you are a witness to one such revelation. My beloved child, the air is thick with anticipation. The moment you have been waiting for is no longer approaching, it is here. Every heartbeat, every glance, every shadow of her life is converging into a truth so powerful that it commands your full attention. The ordinary world fades, and what remains is pure revelation. Imagine her walking through a familiar room, yet the space itself seems transformed. The walls echo with unspoken stories, and the air carries the weight of decisions made in silence. Every smile she shared was layered with intention, every word she uttered a careful brushstroke on a canvas no one else could see. And now, that canvas is being unveiled, showing a portrait of courage, intelligence, and resilience that is nothing short of breathtaking. Pay close attention, for the next moments are extraordinary. The smallest gestures, a flicker of the eyes, a pause in conversation, a subtle movement, reveal secrets that could have remained hidden forever. These are not merely personal truths, they are forces that reshape the relationships, emotions, and dynamics of everyone around her. And you, my beloved child, are witnessing it all unfold with clarity that is almost impossible to ignore. Now, consider the weight of decisions carried silently over years. Choices that could have destroyed, yet instead forged strength. Struggles that could have broken, yet instead revealed resilience. And every hidden emotion, every carefully contained feeling, is now converging into a revelation so intense, so gripping, that it will leave you on the edge of your seat. The extraordinary is no longer hidden, it is alive, tangible, and impossible to forget. Finally, the climax approaches. The truth is no longer a whisper, it roars. Hearts tremble, minds struggle to comprehend, and what once seemed ordinary transforms into something awe-inspiring. She stands fully revealed. Courageous, brilliant, and profoundly human. And as this revelation settles, one fact becomes undeniable: some truths are too extraordinary to remain hidden, too powerful to be ignored, and too transformative to ever be forgotten. Tonight, my beloved child, you have witnessed one of those truths.